Lakeview versus McKinley Park. In my latest video, I'm pitting Northside's Lakeview versus Southside's McKinley Park. With $400,000, what can you get? Let's talk about it right now. Go right up here and see my information. I am Anant Deoras, AD, an EXP Realtor here in the city, and through my The Chicago Life YouTube channel, I produce videos for people just like you who are considering moving to and within Chicago. In my latest venture here, I'm doing versus video. I'm going to be doing a lot of neighborhoods versus community versus neighborhood, neighborhood versus neighborhood. And I want to compare the mature, well-known, if you live in Chicago, well-known Lakeview versus a kind of an unknown Southside property, McKinley Park. So let's kind of go through where both are located. Let's look at McKinley Park first, the South Side neighborhood. Better well known by people that actually are living around that neighborhood, but a very underrated place. The great thing about it, folks, at this location, before we talk about the properties, is its strategic location to the Eisenhower, which is 55. So in case you needed to go down to the southwest, to the west suburbs for work, it's excellent location. It has all the creature comforts, the Mariano's, the Jewel. They've got a really good brewing company there. So that is something that you want to consider. And of course, as far as transit, they've got that orange line. You can see here roughly what it would be distance-wise from the city center of Chicago to McKinley Park. So just in case that's something that you want to know, more of an FYI. Now, Lakeview, which as I mentioned is a more mature community, more well-known, and it is on the north side. You can see this location here. It's rough coordinates. It has that access, of course, to Lakeshore Drive. If you go up, and actually towards the end, I'll have a card with my neighborhood videos. I did a pretty extensive video, not only on Lakeview, but its neighbor, Lakeview East. So you have that access, as I mentioned, to John Batiste, or Gustavo John Batiste Lakeshore Drive. That's the new name. And what I'm going to do now here is I'm going to show some properties for $400,000, what you can get. Could you get some single-family homes in Lakeview? Well, let's find out here. I'm going to go on my website. I'm going to go on the MLS and show you a couple. Okay, Lakeview. So three really stood out. Now, just right off the bat, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to get higher pricing in Lakeview. It is a more mature, a more appreciated community, technically, the Lakeview community, and its multiple neighborhoods. So for here, right away, what caught my eye, right under 400K, there's two different 3-bedrooms. Let's look at Aldine. Beautiful 3-bedroom, under 400. Now, as we look through here, it looks amazing, and a nice brick, exposed brick. Kitchen is, when we get to the kitchen photos here, a little small. Doesn't seem to be an oven there, which is a little alarming, but that's not that expensive to put in. And some of the rooms in here, as you can see, you're going to get a lot of these kind of just, really abnormally sized rooms, which is not going to be convenient. I mean, that's probably looking like maybe a full, not quite a queen, depending on the angle. So that may not meet your needs. So that's what you're going to get, and therefore it is $400,000. Assessments are not too bad here, just under $400 and $6,500 in taxes. So that's one. The second one I wanted to show you is okay. So there is a lot, of course, on the eastern portion of Lakeview. There is a ton of high rises. I happen to live in a high rise in the Lakeview East neighborhood of Lakeview. And you can see here is your typical high-rise property. Vintage. There's going to be a lot of vintage, a lot of buildings built in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. This happens to be 1927 build. Beautiful vintage with some modern sophistication. What you got to be wary of is, look right here, $1,319, basically a mortgage payment for the assessments, okay? And you do get some more amenities, but you're just going to have to do a kind of a cost-benefit analysis for yourself. So that's something that you have to be cognizant about. And I wanted to show you what we call walk-ups. This is 6 to 8 unit buildings that house 6 to 8 units. And I was able to find one on Oakdale. Let's go over to Oakdale and show you. Here we go. Now, of course, trade-off is only 1 bath, but this is a nice, right where those kind of Mckinley Park. But if you notice, you were getting additional bedroom or 2 in Mckinley Park. It's just kind of what you want, what you need. It's really going to come down to location. So as you see here, modern amenities here, beautiful, updated, renovated. This happens to be a top floor unit, and the assessments are more manageable. So that's Lakeview. Now for Mckinley Park, I'm going to show you some properties, and you may be very pleasantly surprised. Condos and or single families. There's not much inventory, so I'm going to use a combination of what's on the MLS using my website and what's on the private network, if there's anything, showing you a couple properties for your information. Okay, so we're going to, as discussed, we're going to talk about Mckinley Park here. You can see here Mckinley Park, again with the access to the Stevenson. Excuse me, I said at Eisenhower, my apologies. We're going to be looking at 3 properties here. First, I want to take a look at this 340. That's a 3-bedroom, right? So we're looking at below 400,000 or less, what you can get, and 3-bedroom property. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one here. It's in a beautiful church, converted. This just came back on the market. Look at the floors, beautiful high ceilings, updated kitchen, 1,560. I mean, it's just amazing. Shocking that you can get, 2 bedrooms under 400, but this is a 3-bedroom. And you notice here, really good, 330, slightly on the higher side relative to the number of units, but not bad at all. Taxes are amazing. And of course, if you're just curious what assessments include, here's a lot. You don't really get much with assessments. So just be wary of that. 12 units here. So that's one. Let's go to the second one. It just happens to be in the same building. Photos, beautiful. This is a 2-bedroom, 329, excellent price. A little bit, 73 days. With Mckinley Park, folks, just in general, from a purely, financial and analytical perspective, I mean, there is a little bit less demand versus the Lakeview, which you'll see. Look at the flooring, only 329,900. So, and that just happens to be the building. And the third one I wanted to show, 300,000. This is unbelievable, folks. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,700 square feet. I mean, oh my God. Let's go ahead and take a look at it here. Some of the photos, beautiful Mckinley Park. It is a little bit cluttered. I imagine there's tenants in this property. So just with a little bit of love, once the tenants move out, you have that upper level. It's a duplex, nice kitchen. You can really make this, and it's only 300,000. So those are 3 properties. So what do you think, folks? North side versus south side, right? There's that battle, of course, with the Cubs and the Sox. I'm a Cubs fan. And of course, the south side is with the White Sox. Are you warming up to maybe Mckinley Park, or do you kind of prefer to stay with the established neighborhood of Lakeview? So depending if you're on a budget, today we talked about $400,000, what you can get in Chicago's Mckinley Park and Lakeview communities. I am Anant Deoras, AD. Thank you so much for watching. Now, before you go, I want you to watch, as I mentioned earlier, you go up. You're going to see, on the screen, some neighborhoods, 5 neighborhoods that you should consider buying in 2022. And I also have some transportation video if you want to get curious and understand all the color-coded transportation train options. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.